Life. Each day, they would wake up and go about their daily tasks of farming and tending to their animals. But their dreams were always in their minds. Every night, they went to bed, hoping the morning would bring them closer to their dreams. They decided to take a chance and leave the safety of their small farm to go explore the world. The couple took the road less traveled and soon discovered a huge castle. They figured this must be the place they had been searching for. Upon entering the castle, they were surrounded by a unique kind of magic. It seemed as if the castle had been waiting for them to arrive. As they explored, they saw beautiful works of art, statues, and paintings that seemed to come alive. But the most magical thing was the sound of music playing throughout the castle. The couple found a small room at the top of the castle and decided to make it their home. Every morning, they awoke to the same magical music that filled their dreams the night before. They shared long conversations about their hopes and dreams for the future and enjoyed the peace and tranquility of their new home. As time passed, the couple created a wonderful life together. They continued to explore the castle and discovered many hidden rooms filled with books, games, and magical artifacts. They eventually adopted a small puppy, who quickly became their child and best friend. Every night after dinner, the couple and their pup would go for a walk around the castle grounds, and afterwards, all would gather around the fire and read stories, play board games, and share stories of their adventures. The couple lived out their dreams every day, and eventually, their small family grew. They welcomed 2 more puppies and eventually a small human baby. The castle was filled with laughter, joy, and love. The couple taught their children the importance of working hard, but also the importance of taking time to rest and enjoy the magical moments of life. And so the family lived happily ever after in the castle, surrounded by love and friendship. Every day they explored and discovered something new. Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there lived a wise old man. He was so wise that his guided wisdom was sought out by travelers from all corners of the world. The man lived in a small hut on the side of a mountain, surrounded by lush green trees and a babbling stream. He was content with life and enjoyed the simple pleasures of nature. One day, a young woman stumbled upon the old man's hut. She had been traveling for weeks, searching for the wise man to answer her questions. The old man welcomed her with an open heart and offered to share his wisdom. The woman asked him questions about life, love, and happiness, which the old man answered with great thought and care. As they talked, the sun began to set and the young woman felt a sense of peace and contentment. When the night finally came, the old man gently suggested that it was time for the woman to rest. He gave her a warm blanket, a pillow, and a comfortable bed to sleep in. The woman slept soundly and peacefully that night, and in the morning, the old man awoke her. He had prepared a warm breakfast and once again answered any questions that she had. The woman thanked the old man for his wisdom and kindness and was ready to continue her journey. She left with a newfound sense of courage and understanding. The old man watched her go with a smile on his face, content that he had done his part in helping someone find their true path in life. Next story. Once upon a time, there was a small village nestled in the foothills of the mountains. The villagers all lived happily and peacefully, rarely ever having to worry about anything. One night, after a long day of work, the villagers gathered together for a peaceful bonfire. As the night grew older, many of the villagers began to doze off, and the fire began to die down. Suddenly, out of the darkness, a mysterious and enchanting voice called out to them. The voice told them of a magical land that lay just beyond the horizon. It said that this land was filled with treasures, wonders, and mystery. Everyone in the village was intrigued, and they all agreed that they would embark on an adventure in the morning to discover this magical land. The next day, the villagers set off on their journey. As they traveled, they encountered many strange and wonderful things. They encountered creatures they had never seen before, and they visited places they had never known existed. Eventually, after a long and treacherous journey, they arrived at the magical land. When the villagers looked around, they were amazed. They found incredible sights and creatures, and their eyes were filled with wonder. The villagers celebrated their journey and were happy that they had chosen to go on this adventure. And so, the villagers returned to their village with stories and tales of their grand adventure in the magical land. They shared their stories with the other villagers and were grateful for the chance to explore such a fantastic place. The villagers never forgot the adventure, and it quickly became a bedtime story that was passed down from generation to generation. Whenever they told the story, they would always remind each other of the magical land and the wonders that they had seen there. And so, the story of the magical land was remembered by the villagers and will remain a part of their culture forever. Once upon a time, there was a young couple who were desperately in need of a good night's rest. They had been working for long hours and dealing with the challenges of life, and the exhaustion had really taken its toll. Desperate for some relief, they decided to take a break and spend the night in a cozy cabin deep in the woods. The air was crisp and the stars shone brightly overhead, creating a beautiful and peaceful atmosphere that was perfect for a good night's sleep. The couple snuggled up in bed, and as soon as their heads hit the pillow, they were off to Neverland. As they slept, the forest around them was alive with whispers and rustles. The trees seemed to be telling stories, their leaves shaking with laughter. The couple soon found themselves in a magical land where they could do anything they dreamed of. They soared high in the sky, they raced through the trees, they leapt into a river and rode the rapids. They discovered hidden caves and explored secret passages. The night was filled with endless adventure and joy, and when the morning came, they were both refreshed and invigorated. They had experienced a truly magical night, and the best part was that they awoke feeling like royalty. They left the cabin with a renewed sense of optimism and hope, feeling like nothing was impossible. The couple had experienced a magical escape from the everyday, and the experience had taught them to recognize and appreciate the beauty of life. Next story. Once upon a time, there was a man named John who had been feeling quite tired lately. One night he decided to go to bed early and see if it would help him feel better. As he was lying in bed, he thought he could hear a strange sound coming from outside. Curiosity got the best of him, so he got out of bed and opened the window to take a look. To his amazement, he saw a whole flock of magical flying horses in the night sky, glittering in the moonlight. John rubbed his eyes in disbelief, but he couldn't deny what he was seeing. He quickly grabbed his coat and a basket of food and ran outside to greet the horses. He offered them the food, and they gladly accepted, letting him pet them and even ride one of them. John and the horses flew so high that he could see the whole world below. He was so in awe of the beauty of the stars and the moon, he decided to stay up there with the horses until the sun came up. When it was finally time for John to come back down to earth, he was sad. But he was also so thankful for this special night and the joy it brought him. He went back to bed feeling refreshed, and he slept soundly until morning.